Good morning, students. As we have started with the 10th standard science, the lesson metals and non-metals. So in our previous classes, we have already discussed how the metals and non-metals reacts with other metals, non-metals, with oxygen, with water, physical properties, chemical properties. These all we have discussed in our previous classes, right? So let us learn the occurrence of the metals. What is occurrence? Where you find the metals, in what state you find, either they are in the free state, combined form, how they are present, that we are going to discuss. If they are in the combined state, how much is their reactivity, whether they are highly reactive, medium or very less reactive, which are all the elements, that one, and how to extract from their compound state to free state. So these are all we are going to discuss in the remaining lesson of metals and non-metals. Okay, so today's concept is occurrence of metals. Occurrence of metals. Yes, students, tell me where you find the metals. As you know, we find the metals in the Earth's crust. In the Earth's crust, we find the metals. Many metals, almost all the metals we find in the Earth's crust, but there are some metals which we find them in the sea water also, below the water. Okay, so there also we can get some of the metals. These are in the soluble salts form, like sodium, potassium, it may be the calcium, magnesium, there also we can get. But we can say maximum members of our metals we can get it in the Earth's crust, right? So the metals or the elements which we are getting under the Earth's crust, we are calling them as the minerals. These are called as the minerals. So now let us discuss about the minerals. Okay. The next one is extraction of metals. Extraction of metals. Students, when you talk about extraction of the metals, three factors comes in that. Okay, because just now I said there are many elements which may be in the free form, highly reactive form, so different forms we are getting. So before we start with extraction, it is very important to know the nature of the metal. Okay, so nature of the metal we are dividing called as the activity series, how they are active, so that we should know. So that we are dividing as very highly reactive, low reactive and less reactive, right? Here I have written a list of elements like sodium, potassium, calcium, magnesium, so these and aluminium. So these are highly reactive. As already you know the reactivity series, so these metals are with a high reactive. These are high reactive elements. We won't get them in a free state. So you have to use the method like electrolysis. You have to use the method like electrolysis for these metals. The next, zinc, iron, lead and copper. So these are mediumly reactive, not high reactive, not less reactive. You can use as medium reactivity. We find medium reactivity with these elements. So these are not in the free state, maybe along with oxygen, the form of oxides, maybe in the form of carbonates, maybe in the form of sulfides. So in different forms you can get them. So here you have to use the reduction using carbon. To separate these from their ores, you have to use the reduction from carbon, because carbon is one of the good reducing agent. So you have to use the carbon for these elements. What about silver, gold, platinum and all, students? Yes, as you know, these are the less reactive. These are with the less reactive. So they found in native state. In the nature, in the earth's crust, you can get them in the native state. They may be in the native state, students. The problem is they may be along with other elements, not combined, but are there. So you have to purify, cleaning process will be there, that all will be there. But here what we want to say, this is called as the reactivity series. So what is this reactivity series? The elements, the metals are with a different reactivity. So these elements are high reactive. So you have to use some other method like electrolysis. Here these are the medium reactive elements. So you can use the carbon to reduce them from their combined forms. And these are the less reactive as they found in their native state. So like this, we find the activity series of the metals. Right, students? Okay. If they are in the combined form, if the metals are there in the combined form, what are you going to call? They are called as the ores. If the minerals are along with something else, some other metals and all, so we have to do the purification extraction. So what you are using for the extraction, that is called as the ore. Okay. Now onwards in this chapter, what we use the word, students? Ores. Extraction of ores. Ores means minerals. Minerals may be in the combined form, so that you have to undergo the purification, so called as the ores. Right? Take down the series. Students, now let us study about the steps involved in the extraction of the metals. You want to extract the metal. So what are all the steps we have to follow? To the extraction of the ore, first what you are going to take, extraction of the metals means first comes ore in the combined form. So this ore should undergo the concentration. Concentration of the ore. What is concentration of the ore? Purification of the ore. So how you are doing the purification of the ore, students? It depends upon the three factors what just now we have discussed. One is metals with a high reactivity. The first one is metals with high reactivity. Just now we have discussed which are all the metals with a high reactivity. For them, what treatment you have to do? Electrolysis. For them, we can do the electrolysis process. Can you see? Okay. Electrolysis. So after doing the electrolysis, you are getting the pure metal. Right? This is for metals with the high reactivity. There is one more category, students, that is metals with medium reactivity. Correct? Metals with the medium reactivity. For them, what you are going to do? They may be in the form of carbonates, carbonate ore in the form of carbonates, or maybe in the form of sulfides. called sulfide ore. Now what you will do, if it is carbonate, then it will undergo calcination. If it is a sulfide ore, it will be roasting. It will be purified by the method called roasting. So after undergoing the calcination and roasting, the metal will come to the form of oxide. Oxide metal form. Oxides of metals. Then it should undergo, can I write it here? Reduction. Then purification. Because you have to separate it from its combined form, no? So if it is with the carbonates and all, calcination you have to do, then it will come to the oxide form. That oxide form should undergo the reduction, then purification. Okay? If it is sulfide ore, same, it has to undergo the roasting method, then it will come to the oxide form, oxide into reduction, reduction into purification. Now which third category is remaining, students? Metal of a low reactivity. Metal of a low reactivity. For this, what you will do, these are low reactive as they are found in the native place, but maybe along with some other metals and non-metals. So you have to make it into sulfide ore. This can I write it here, students, as you can't see here. You have to make it into sulfide ore in the form of sulfide ore written. Then you have to make it undergo the roasting. That ore should undergo the roasting method. Then you are getting the metal. Then make the metal purify. That is the refining. After refining process, you are getting the pure form of the metal. Okay, so this much process will be there in the extraction of the metals. Right, students? Take down the list. So it depends upon whether the metal is high reactive, medium reactive, or the low reactive. So what is its reactivity? Depending upon that, we have to extract the metals. Take down the list. Next one, enrichment of the ores. So how to purify, what are all the steps involved, that all we will discuss in our next class. Okay. So what you will do today, go through the textbook, practice all this, what are all, just see, then remaining in detail we will discuss in our next class. Okay. Thank you.